Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever found yourself sitting back, simply watching the days pass, as if life were a movie you're no longer starring in? The truth is, aging doesn't mean stepping out of the spotlight. It means stepping into a new role, one where your wisdom, your experiences, and your choices still shape the story. Life is not done with you yet. So let's talk about 5 powerful ways to stop watching your life happen and start living it fully, no matter your age. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any video. Number 1, redefine what purpose means to you. When many people think of purpose, they often picture a career, a role, or a big responsibility that defined their younger years. But in truth, purpose is not locked into the past. It's not something that retires when you do. Purpose is fluid. It evolves with you. In fact, your later years can be the most freeing because you finally have the chance to redefine what purpose means on your own terms. Think about it this way: for much of life, purpose was tied to external demands. Raising children, building a career, maintaining a household. Those roles gave structure and meaning, but they were often exhausting too. When those responsibilities ease, many seniors suddenly feel like their purpose has been taken away. They say things like, "I don't know what I'm supposed to do anymore." But that mindset overlooks a beautiful truth. Purpose isn't what the world tells you to do. It's what you choose to do. Redefining purpose starts with asking yourself simple yet powerful questions. What makes me feel alive? What brings me joy? What do I want to contribute to the world around me? The answers don't have to be grand or world-changing. They just need to resonate with you. Take, for example, a man I once met in his 70s who felt restless after retiring from a long corporate career. For months, he sat in front of the TV, feeling useless. Then one day, he picked up a paintbrush, almost as a joke. He wasn't trained, and at first his paintings weren't remarkable. But something unexpected happened. He felt peace, joy, and excitement each time he painted. Soon, he filled his home with color, gifted his art to family, and even joined a local art group. His new sense of purpose wasn't about climbing ladders or earning titles. It was about creating beauty and sharing it. That's the magic of redefining purpose. It doesn't have to be about big. It just has to be about meaningful. For some, it might be mentoring younger generations, passing down wisdom that no book or class can teach. For others, it might be volunteering, traveling, writing stories, or nurturing a garden. It could be as simple as being the friend who listens, or the neighbor who always brings positivity into the room. What matters most is that you see yourself as valuable and capable of contribution. Because when purpose is alive, so are you. Without it, life can feel like you're drifting, just watching time pass. But with it, even the smallest moments feel rich with significance. Redefining purpose also means letting go of comparison. Your purpose now may not look anything like what it used to, and that's okay. You're not in competition with your past self or anyone else. You are in a new chapter, and the beauty of chapters is that each one has its own story to tell. So ask yourself today, what lights a spark in me? What small action makes me feel needed, alive, or fulfilled? Start there. Let that become your purpose. Because the truth is, purpose isn't about the size of the stage. It's about the size of the impact it has on your heart and the hearts of those around you. Number 2, move from passive to active living. One of the biggest traps of aging is slipping quietly into passivity. It often starts without us even noticing. The television becomes the center of the day. The same chair feels safe, familiar, and almost too comfortable. The same routine, wake up, eat, sit, sleep, plays on repeat. And before long, life starts to feel like something that's happening outside of you, not with you. But here's the truth: being alive isn't just about breathing. It's about participating. It's about choosing action over passivity, even in small, everyday ways. Active living doesn't mean running marathons or traveling the world, unless you want to. It means refusing to let your life shrink down to the size of your living room. It's about deciding that each day will hold something that engages your body, your mind, or your spirit. Think of it like this: would you rather say, "I spent the last 5 years watching shows about other people's lives," or "I spent the last 5 years building memories of my own"? The choice is yours, and it starts with one small step. Movement is one of the simplest ways to break free from passivity. Taking a walk around the block, gardening, stretching in the morning, or joining a gentle yoga class are not just exercises. They are statements to yourself that you're still in the game. When you move your body, you remind yourself that you are capable, strong, and alive. Even a daily 10-minute walk can do wonders for your energy and mood. But being active isn't only about the body, it's also about the mind. Ask yourself, when was the last time you learned something new? Whether it's reading books, taking an online course, or picking up a hobby like photography, writing, or music, these activities keep the mind sharp and curious. A friend of mine in his late 70s taught himself how to play the guitar after decades of saying he didn't have the time. Now, not only does he play for himself, but he entertains his grandchildren with songs. Imagine how much richer his days feel, because he chose activity over passivity. Social engagement is another part of active living. It's so easy to say, I'll just stay home. But those choices add up to isolation. Being active can be as simple as calling a friend, attending a community event, or even joining a club. Every conversation, every shared laugh, every moment of connection pulls you back into the current of life. Sitting alone may feel safe, but connection makes life meaningful. The key to moving from passive to active living is momentum. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start with something small. Cook a new recipe instead of reheating the same meal. Rearrange a room to give it fresh energy. Write down 3 things you want to experience this month and go after them. Small actions compound into bigger confidence, and soon you'll find yourself living instead of observing. Passivity whispers that comfort is enough. But deep down, you know that real joy comes from movement, engagement, and growth. Don't let your golden years fade into background noise. Step forward. Do something. Be part of your story. Because the moment you stop watching and start acting, you realize something powerful: life still has so much to give. And you still have so much to live. Number 3. Stay social. Stay alive. One of the quietest yet most dangerous things about aging is isolation. It sneaks in slowly. Maybe friends move away, loved ones pass on, or routines change. And before you realize it, the phone doesn't ring as much, the house feels too quiet, and days start blending into one another. At first, you might think, I'm fine. I enjoy my peace. But over time, loneliness can shrink your world, steal your energy, and make you feel like life is passing by without you. That's why staying social is not just about enjoyment. It's about survival, happiness, and vitality. Simply put, stay social, stay alive. Human beings are wired for connection. No matter how old we get, we need to talk, to laugh, to share, and to feel heard. Think about the times you've had a meaningful conversation. Maybe over coffee with a friend, or on the phone with family. Didn't you feel lighter, more energized, more alive afterward? That's the magic of social bonds. They feed the soul in a way no medicine or routine ever could. There's even research proving that strong social connections can help seniors live longer, healthier lives. People who stay engaged with friends, family, and community often have sharper minds, better emotional health, and even stronger immune systems. But beyond science, it's about joy. It's about having stories to tell, laughter to share, and shoulders to lean on. I once met a woman in her 80s who decided to organize weekly storytelling nights in her neighborhood. At first, only 2 people showed up. But soon, the group grew to 10, then 20. Her living room turned into a hub of warmth, with everyone, from teens to retirees, sharing stories, jokes, and experiences. She said those nights gave her a reason to look forward to every week. That's the power of staying social. You create a life that has rhythm, color, and connection. Being social doesn't have to mean throwing big parties or traveling far. It can be as simple as inviting a neighbor over for tea, joining a local book club, volunteering at a community center, or even learning to use technology to connect with family across the miles. Video calls, social media groups, and online communities can all help bridge the gap. What matters is that you're not letting silence close in on you. Sometimes, people avoid socializing because they feel like they don't want to bother anyone, or they convince themselves, no one has time for me. But more often than not, others are waiting for the same invitation. You might be surprised how many people are longing for a friend, a conversation, or simply someone who cares. By reaching out, you're not only enriching your own life, you're enriching theirs too. And here's something important: staying social doesn't just add joy, it adds accountability. When you know someone is waiting for you, whether it's for a walk, a game of cards, or a phone call, you're more likely to stay engaged, active, and connected. Those small commitments add meaning to your days. Loneliness is heavy, but connection is light. You don't have to let old age turn into isolation. Build your network of joy, even if it's just one person at a time. Stay curious about others, listen to their stories, share your own, and create moments that make you feel alive. Because the truth is simple. When you stay social, you don't just survive, you thrive. Number 4, embrace change, don't fear it. Change is one of the few things in life that never stops. From the moment we're born, everything around us evolves. Technology advances, cultures shift, and even our own bodies transform with time. Yet as we grow older, change can start to feel intimidating. We may think, things were easier the old way, or I don't need to learn this now. And slowly, fear of change can make us step back, letting life move on without us. But here's the reality. Change is not your enemy. It's your invitation to keep growing, to keep discovering, to keep living. One of the biggest misconceptions about old age is that it's too late to adapt. But think about it. You've already lived through countless changes, new jobs, new technologies, raising families, moving homes, shifting economies. You've already proven you can handle change. So why stop now? Every change you embrace keeps you engaged with the present instead of stuck in the past. Take technology as an example. For many seniors, smartphones, video calls, or even online banking can feel overwhelming at first. But those who take the time to learn often discover that it opens incredible doors. A grandmother who once felt lonely now chats with her grandchildren face to face across the globe every week. A retiree who felt bored discovered new hobbies through online classes. Technology, once seen as a burden, became a bridge to connection and fulfillment. All it took was courage to try. Change isn't just about gadgets, it's about mindset. Maybe it's a new routine to support your health, like swapping late night TV for an evening walk. Maybe it's adjusting to new living arrangements, downsizing a home, or joining a senior community. At first, these changes might feel like losses. But if you shift perspective, they can also become opportunities. Opportunities to simplify, to meet new people, to create fresh experiences. A man I knew once had to give up driving due to his eyesight. At first, he saw it as the end of his independence. But then he discovered community transport and ride-share apps. Suddenly, instead of being stuck at home, he was meeting new drivers, chatting with neighbors, and exploring places he hadn't visited in years. What felt like an ending turned into a new beginning. Because he chose to embrace change instead of resisting it. Fear of change often comes from the belief that we won't be able to adapt. But the truth is, adaptability is one of the greatest strengths of the human spirit. You've adapted all your life, and you still can. The moment you say, I'm too old for this, you close a door that doesn't need to be closed. But the moment you say, I'll give this a try, you open possibilities you never imagined. Embracing change doesn't mean you have to like every single new thing. It means being open enough to explore, to learn, and to see what fits into your life. It's about saying yes to the chance of growth rather than no out of fear. The world will keep moving whether we engage with it or not. But why stand still when you can move with it? Embrace the changes life brings, because within them are the keys to staying vibrant, connected, and alive. Old age isn't a time to fear change. It's a time to prove, once again, that you are capable of writing new chapters in your story. Number 5, celebrate every victory, big or small. When we're young, life often feels like a series of milestones, graduations, weddings, promotions, children being born. Each event feels like a reason to celebrate. But as we grow older, those big moments become fewer, and it can start to feel like life has slowed down. Some seniors begin to believe they don't have anything worth celebrating anymore. But the truth is, every stage of life is filled with victories. Sometimes smaller, sometimes quieter, but every bit as meaningful. And when you take the time to celebrate them, you fill your days with joy, gratitude, and momentum. Celebrating victories doesn't mean throwing a party every time you get something done. It means acknowledging and appreciating your own progress, no matter how big or small. Walked an extra block today. That's a victory. Tried a new recipe. Victory. Reconnected with an old friend after years. That's not just a victory. that's a gift. Every single step forward is proof that you are living, not just existing. Too often, people dismiss their own efforts with phrases like, "It was nothing," or "That doesn't really count." But why not let it count? Why not give yourself the credit you deserve? The small wins add up. And when you celebrate them, you remind yourself that your life is still full of progress and possibility. I once met a gentleman in his 80s who kept a small notebook on his kitchen counter. Each day, he wrote down one thing he accomplished. Sometimes it was, walk to the park. Sometimes it was, finished a crossword puzzle. And sometimes it was, called my daughter. He told me that looking back through those pages gave him a sense of pride and motivation. Instead of feeling like days were slipping away, he saw proof that he was living each one with intention. That little ritual turned ordinary days into victories worth celebrating. Celebrating small wins also builds momentum. When you acknowledge what you've done, you feel encouraged to do more. For example, if you set out to exercise for just 10 minutes and you celebrate that, you'll feel more motivated to do 15 minutes next time. Each victory, no matter how small, fuels the next one. It's like climbing a staircase. Every step counts, and every step gets you higher. And let's not forget, the joy of celebration isn't just for you. When you share your victories with others, you invite them to celebrate alongside you. Maybe you tell a friend, "I tried a new hobby today," or share with family, "I finally organized that photo album." These small victories can spark conversations, laughter, and even inspire others to take action in their own lives. Some people think celebrating small things is silly. But ask yourself this: what's sillier, finding joy in the little moments, or letting them pass by unnoticed? Life is made up of small pieces stitched together. If you wait only for the big occasions, you miss the beauty of the everyday. So celebrate. Clap for yourself when you try something new. Smile proudly when you accomplish even the simplest goal. Keep track of your wins, share them with others, and let them build your confidence. Because every victory is proof that you're not just watching your life happen, you're actively shaping it. And the best part, the more you celebrate, the more reasons you'll find to celebrate. Old age isn't about waiting for life's big moments. It's about discovering joy in the small ones and realizing that they are, in fact, the big moments after all. Old age is not a curtain call, it's an encore. You don't have to watch life go by as a spectator. You can still take center stage by finding purpose, staying active, nurturing relationships, embracing change, and celebrating every win along the way. The story isn't over, it's still being written. And the pen is in your hands. Thank you